Hello and welcome.
My name's David Doherty-Jebb.
And I'm Bronagh Diamond.
Hello, you look fabulous, darling.
You look fabulous.
I've never seen that bitch look as good as you. Yes, it's great to be back.
Uh-huh.
I loved your wee episode last
you
week.
enjoy?
Oh, did you enjoy the boys' takeover?
It was a very boy energy.
It was fucking hilarious.
It was a boy
You
energy.
know what's funny whenever I was listening to it. So I love the watches. Do you know what I mean? I love the watches.
You dirty bitch.
I love the watches. But then I had to flip it over to Spotify so that I could like keep listening while I was, doing the dishes
Driving.
and stuff. And I was doing
You can't
the
watch
dishes.
it.
I was fucking laughing. I was laughing. First of all, some questions here.
Laughing. Yes.
I would like it to be put out there.
To be
You guys,
clarified.
yes, we're talking about going to Germany. Where was it? Belgium? Or where was it you were talking about being?
And what?
You said you were talking about the car factory.
Oh, yeah. Trabants.
I just found it highly ironic that the gay man was talking about vehicles and Luke had been there and was like, no, I never went to the car factory, but you see them people that were cycling about on the bikes.
On the
He was
wee
looking
bike.
at the men on the bikes and you were talking about the fucking cars.
Well, it was a museum all about the ironically named German Democratic Republic, which was East Germany. I know, Democratic. It was like a Deutsches Demokratische Republik, and it's the DDR museum, and it's underneath. So if you're on, I think that's the Kurfürsten Dam. If anybody's been, is that the Kurfürsten Dam?
No, I think it's the Kurfürsten Dam.
The
Third Dam is
Catherdin Dam.
really a good one. Like, you go to Spelga Dam.
Spelga Dam. Spelga yogurts.
Spelga. But here, yes, we're doing it again. But also the cream eggs down the Jap's eye.
What was that like? Yeah, I can't remember. I was thinking about that
I
later
have seen
on.
that particular article.
I bet you it was on the Sunday Sport or something.
Something like that, Sunday World.
Do you
But it
know,
was
like a kind of
some
really-
guy. But whenever Sean, you were talking about a man who was bragging about the fact that he can fit 3 cream eggs down his foreskin. And then Sean said, whenever he said, it's like a bag of potatoes, it took me out. Because it was like,
A big fleshy
you're
bag.
not utilising the space as well.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
that's what I mean.
And I was like, yeah, see, he wants him to put a sausage down there so
Yes.
that it would
What,
be
like, what,
snug.
like,
They'd
wrap
be
it round
form-fitting.
your- Wrap it round your, like
Do you
wrap
know-
it round your tip. So
If
that
you're
using
ever
all the space.
interested, I read an article about a man who his thing was to put popping candy
down his
Jap's eye and have a Tommy tank.
I'm allowed to say that anymore.
Well, down his
P-slit.
foreskin and have a Tommy tank. And then he ended up, which is fair enough, whatever. I mean,
I know, but you do.
snap, crackle, and pop your way to heaven.
No,
like.
but you do have to think about what is going to happen to you afterwards.
No, well, he wasn't cleaning it.
Oh,
So he ended up having to have surgery.
and what, like get it like all scraped off? Did he get his tip cut off?
I don't know what happened.
What was he putting down it?
Popping candy.
Popping candy, you know.
Oh,
the
Jesus.
Just wash it.
And there's the next time he had a shower.
I'm sure it would all stick together.
Jesus, last time he washed his neck, he found a scarf around it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was.
Potatoes growing on the back of that neck.
Carefully, don't slip down them stairs. Your socks might crack.
Oh, God.
But yeah,
Him
that-
ejaculating must sound like a fucking Chinese New Year.
the sunglasses come off and stick as well. Fucking yeah, we people showing up to wish him like Happy New Year and giving
Giving
him an envelope full of
Giving
money.
them red envelopes. There
Yeah.
we go, son.
I know.
It's the year of the snake.
Very good.
You're the snail trail.
I once
dear.
read in one of those. I know we're getting real filthy here, but
Filthy.
filthy.
I didn't become a little bit of a slag. I became
became
a
a
total
total
slag.
There was a woman who wrote, in one of those More magazine. Do you remember More magazine?
why?
Aoife? Back in my day, right, you didn't have like them Facebooks or nothing like that.
You did read a book.
You would read Ms. Magazine, and then you
we had Ms.
graduated.
Magazine. We had Ms. Magazine in our library at school.
Did you?
So we had like a wee
And Protestants
magazine.
get everything.
Well, integrated as it was now.
well, there you
Our
go.
school was non-denominational.
Well, we got Ms. and I remember trying to learn how to kiss from Ms. and feeling really fucking frigid. Like, well, how do you do it? What do you
But it
do?
was always really bad advice. It's a bit like if you're thinking about having sex, don't.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't do it.
and don't even touch yourself down there.
Yeah.
So don't get
You might get an urge, but just ignore it.
Dunk your mirror in the bath whenever you're having a wee wash, but
Aye.
don't be touching too much.
Don't
It might,
be-
might
yeah.
fall off, or you'll turn into an info.
Around the general area. But then you graduated just 17,
Mm-hmm.
J17. And then it was More magazine
Mm-hmm.
because More had dirty stuff in it, and it was all
The
about
problem
like, sex
pages.
and see the problem page. But there was a girl who used to have a confessions page, like a sex confession. I'm just gonna say it. This is really, really rated 18 because it's disgusting.
Any kids in the room, send them out. It's like the opposite of.
It's the very fact that I still think about it, and this is like
Remember
30
Blue-
years later.
Remember Blue Peter used to go, if your mum and dad's in the room, send them out.
Yeah.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make mum a lovely Mother's Day present.
Well, here's what
And
I'm
you'd be
about
like,
to
"We're
say.
gonna do the
It's
opposite."
not as wholesome at all. It's
No.
more
If
wholesome.
there's any kids in the room,
Let me just say it so as I can not regret it. I can regret it.
Would you be quick?
Straight to the regret.
would you be quick, like 2 second? Are there any kids? Oh, my tummy.
Your Borber Rigby.
I'm at my kids.
You need to
There
drop
we
it.
go.
You need to drop a Cosby's off at the pool.
Look at- send the kids. Sean's like that. Send the kids out. Send the kids out. Let's go.
Anyways, this girl wrote in, sometimes whenever I'm feeling kinky, I like to let my boyfriend come in me and then I just slide along the carpet and pretend I'm a snail.
Right. It was you.
No, no, that was no, that
I couldn't
was
afford stamps
that
back
was
then.
that was 5 13-year-old boys wrote that and
you
sent that
reckon?
in. There was
Yeah.
there's no, that was not touched by hand of woman.
Absolutely.
That letter was not written.
Do you know, I remember actually a problem page woman responding to a letter, and I still think about this as well. Takes up things like, you know, instead of remembering to pick my kids up, this is the kind of thing my brain holds on to.
How many I've got, but I remembered this.
This guy wrote in, and he was like, my penis is like abnormally large.
Right.
And he said, it's actually a real problem for me. Like, I feel so embarrassed by it sometimes. Like, whenever I'm in the changing rooms, the other guys make fun of me, like, oh, watch that thing, doesn't poke me in the eye and stuff. Right?
Right.
And I was reading it going,
And the woman was like, this is my address.
I think, yeah.
The woman, dear Deirdre, was like,
Do you know what
this
she
here.
said?
I'll look at it myself.
was like a Dear Deirdre, but you know what she wrote back?
What?
First of all, I would just like to take this opportunity to say that I know that you're lying.
Oh.
And you're wasting your time writing into this column when there are other people out there who I could have read their letter and really helped them. And I was like, how the fuck do you know? He's like, I think I know him. Right?
I know. I think I've been with him and
I
he's
think I've
red.
been with him. I couldn't walk for 2 weeks. But like, why did she just assume? She clearly, her husband has given off tiny dick energy. If she was like, that's not.
That fella pulled my spleen out.
Tell her that I want my liver back.
It's the end of his dick. It's under his foreskin.
Your daddy's going for a smear. What? Well, my cervix is still stuck. To the end of his dick.
I said to me going and I just let the doctor look at the end of your daddy's dick.
We're definitely bringing back the big feminine energy this week.
Big Yanni energy.
We've already got Yanni's on the end of cocks and everything.
Yanni done.
Yanni done.
Yanni done.
I love it. Let's get to the word, actually. Let's go straight to the word,
Let's-
man. Straight to the word, 15 minutes later.
Straight to the word. The word is Lethologica.
Right.
And this word, Lethologica.
Lethologica! Scooter!
Faith
Back
Scooter!
in the UK!
I always wanted Scooter to have a lisp.
Scooter!
Scooter! I just always wanted to have a lisp.
Lethologica!
Lethologica!
It does sound like somewhere, you know, the way you go to like DEF CON in
Aye.
Amsterdam? Like, it sounds like one of those big trance
It's a big trans.
festivals.
Lethologica.
Lethologica!
The biggest party in all of Europe.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God, you're
we
not gonna
only wear spandex.
We're spending like a leather. If you remember last year's Lethologica, you weren't there.
That's very
Which
good.
actually segues nicely into what Lethologica really does mean.
Means?
Lethologica is sort of the inability to just the sudden inability to remember a word or a name, and I think that
I suffer from
everybody
Lethologica
has done
a
this.
lot. Especially when you're on the spot.
That it kind of
That
does. There was, but kind of like it was one of the words that we didn't use last week, which was turtle. It's an Ulster Scots word.
Oh,
The
Turtle?
Turtle.
It's just the Ulster Scots Word for turtle.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I thought it was like a girl.
We fellow Japanese engineering is an actual ulceration.
We
fellow Japanese warrior hero turtles. Like you kind of have to make it much longer.
I know, like on TV.
No, it would be much less PC than that.
It
It would be like wee ching chong turtles. I'm telling you, it would be. That's what it is in Ulster Scots, and that's
we were up for a sponsorship by Blue Dragon, and now it's the fucking pulled it.
No,
Blue Dragon their heels.
ever see the way on
sponsor us.
PG Car they've got like SpongeBob in Irish?
And what's he called?
But I don't know. I think just SpongeBob, but like they've just have like dubbed over a SpongeBob episode in Irish. But like if there's set up like a similar like Ulster Scots channel,
Fuck, I would love that.
and then they've got SpongeBob and
Good
Ulster
looking,
Scots.
good looking Squidward.
Aye.
Do you know that?
Here, Plankton.
Plankton,
Get over
no.
here and flip them K-burgers.
But because in Spanish he's called Bob. SpongeBob's called
Stirfish.
Bob Esponja.
Bob Esponja.
Bob Esponja.
I think I met him too.
Bob
Bobby
Sponge.
Spunker.
I think I know him.
Bob Esponja.
Bob Esponja.
Bob Esponja.
He's one of the pleasure boys.
He is one of the best boys. He sponked it all over my face.
And he did a sponge in the end to get it off.
Oh, he's awful good. Came on my face and he wiped it off when it was still warm. He's awful. He's a gent. It made me feel like a princess.
It was the only time I ever owned a pearl necklace.
I felt special. Usually those motherfuckers leave my face to go cold and crusty. Not him.
Not him.
Not him.
It'd be like a wee treatment though, wouldn't it? Like peeling it off.
What depends.
Serum?
You would need to make.
Yeah, do you know the way you get
No,
those
it's pronounced
masks? Like you're
semen.
going, you have no blackheads anymore, Granny. I was at the Devilish last night. I left it on.
Whipped it off like
Wiped
that.
it off in the morning, done my moustache and everything.
It's like, oh no, I wouldn't want any. I'd imagine you'd get like chlamydia in the eye.
You can't get chlamydia in your eyes. He told me this fact.
chlamydia in your
Chlamydia
eyes.
eyes.
Chlamydia
Chlamydia
gets in your eyes.
You can't get chlamydia of the eyes, the
Why?
eyeballs. We think we talked
You can
about
get
this.
chlamydia in your throat.
Sure you can. You can get
Chlamydia is just
Clostridia.
it's just a
Virus.
bacteria.
Bacteria.
It's just a bacteria.
Backy vag.
Back vag.
Do you know?
Is that like backgammon? But
I'm
like
not giving anything away here, but I there is someone I know.
a friend.
A friend who used to work in well, I'll just say it, my ma used to work in the chemist.
Where's this?
I'm just going.
And she said sometimes you would just know whenever people come in and they actually had shorthand for it, which is like backy vag. Don't be shamed, ladies. Backy vag happens to
I
everyone.
don't know. I didn't know. This is. I'm sorry. We're letting the ADHD take over. But like, whenever you're thinking shorthand, I was thinking Jeremy Beadle.
Bet his cock looked massive in that hand though.
The only wank with
He
that wee
always
hand.
took photographs, send us fucking with that.
It's a 1.5-er. It's a 1.5-hander.
Yeah. He thought he was massive until he used the other hand. You know what I mean? You're
1.5 Jeremy Beadle.
Jeremy Beadle.
Is that a Jeremy Beadle or is that a normal?
It's a normal sized willy, but like in a Jeremy Beadle hand, it would look amazing.
So you would, sometimes you would know people who have left bacterial vaginosis untreated for too long.
Oh, but have you ever worked with somebody?
Rinse the face!
You would, but it's
Tourette's
also,
moment.
but it's all. It's not even. There's something else. Like there's something else. There's something. It's like
It's called
very
being a soap dodging bastard.
Oh, but listen, we're not going to shame people with UTIs.
Oh no, people get backy vag like all the time.
Because bacterial
Apparently.
vaginosis. I used to just.
But
do,
it's like nets.
There's
It's
like-
alright to get nets, but you can't keep them.
No,
you know what I mean?
they're not your friends.
You have to let them
But
go.
maybe there's but there is a lot of I would say as a society we're very yoni-phobic.
Yeah, we are.
I would say there's a lot of
Absolutely.
we need to free the yoni, free the vag.
Yeah. There's tampons out there called yoni now, did I tell you?
Are there?
Yeah, because
Yoni.
whenever we were talking about something that is yonic, do your homework, lads.
It's yonic, it's yonic.
Isn't
Put
it a
it all
yonic?
over your vag.
Yannick the Hedgehog.
Yonic.
Fantastic. Well
Yonic
done.
the Hedgehog.
Can I have a wee gin and yonic, please?
Do you know, I hung out with her the other day and laughing was a wee yonic.
Oh my God, it was a wee yonic
It
for
was a
me,
wee
I'm
yonic
telling
for the
you.
soul.
Oh, it
But
was
do you not
brilliant.
think, yes, there needs to be, because like people, like even like they used to be, like people are so like personal part, like
Phobic.
whereas like there used to be a rule, it was the Mull of Kintyre rule on
Right.
television. Whereas that if you could have a penis on TV after the watershed, but the angle could be no higher than the Mull of Kintyre.
What the fuck is the Mulligan Tower?
Mulligan Tower is
It's like a wee island.
I know what the Mulligan Tower is, but how does one...
So if you look at the Mulligan Tower...
Oh,
the
we're
way it
talking
comes
about
out,
from like a topographical angle here.
So the angle, if is it, so say like that's a Mulligan Tower, so it comes out a certain angle. If it's any higher, then it's too close to an erect penis.
Get away.
And you couldn't show it on TV.
No, you can't do that because you can't go higher than the Mulligan
It's all right to
Tower.
fucking...
Oh fuck! I think
Mulligan Tower, not.
Tower.
I think his dick's Isle of Man there.
Do you know?
Look, I'm not being funny. Forget about the Mulligan Tower. Forget about Italy. His dick looks like the Isle of Man, and that's not normal.
Oh fuck!
What's wrong?
Jesus Christ, he's got
It's what it
raffling
looks like
dick.
the continent of
Raffling dick.
Africa. Raffling dick.
Rathling dick. Rathling. It was rattling in a plastic bag.
Tell you what, they were rattling against the wall last night.
Oh, the raffling.
The rattling man. Oh, stop it, you. And you have me. That's terrible.
So we're called Armaz. Everybody went onto the phone and called
Mulligan.
So this word in particular is a fantastic one because, like,
Everybody has experienced
I
this.
also enjoy it very much. So when people do this in front of me, like you were talking about working. See this Lethologica? Have you ever had like one of those brain fart moments when you forget the stupidest word, like the word for ball, you know, and you go, "What the fuck?" It's like your brain has just went, right? And that wee windows closing sound. Whenever I worked in the call centre, oh God rest the call centres.
Awful. It is. It's like a kind of people bond
where
over.
people go to kill themselves.
I worked in two really lovely call centres. One of them was for the Tourist Board of Mexico. Had never been.
Brilliant.
And number two, it was like a healthcare one. So like they would phone us up. Do you remember the It was like a campaign from the government to try to get people to move. It was move more, eat less, live longer.
Yeah.
And it was like we coloured,
Yes.
plasticine people moving about.
Did people actually phone you?
They would phone you up and you would say, "Could we get but it would be like schools or parents or parent groups."
Tell me
wanting
this though.
information.
How did you recommend going to? Were people going? I was thinking of going to Mexico. Last time I went, I did this, but it was going. You're going. Oh, that sounds lovely. Oh, let me know what it's like whenever you get there.
It was weird because it was right after that big mad hurricane that like destroyed all of the hotels in Cancun, and like one place that kept coming up was like the Moon Palace, and people go, "I have my honeymoon booked for the Moon Palace in August," and I was like,
There's no more Moon Palace.
and it's a new moon. It's not there no more. It's total eclipse.
Total eclipse.
Total eclipse. I think unfortunately it doesn't have a roof.
Yeah.
They're doing the best with the
But
walls.
sure, that's like my mum whenever she get married in the Balmoral.
Do you know what I mean?
Everybody had to book their weddings like a week in advance just because you didn't know
back
if it
in
was
them
going to be
days.
blown up.
Aye.
Like genuinely.
You couldn't.
I think the first time my uncle was due to get married, it got blown up.
His first wedding.
Yeah, it got blown up and they were like, you can't have it this week.
Does anybody know any of the fellas and ask them just to howl off till next weekend? Just please.
I'm pretty sure that did happen.
Oh,
quite a lot.
definitely.
It was like, we're doing the Europa next week. Don't you begin fucking near it.
Don't be like any plans here. But apparently there was, again, this is totally...
My uncle was a shoplifter.
But
He left the M&S fucking 10 feet off the ground. That's an old one, fella in my prom.
I never heard it before. I never heard it before. But no, apparently there was like a wee, there's wee like, gay night next to the Europa. Back when it was still illegal.
That's right. You were saying that.
The uncle of mine would get arrested and stuff because the RUC would go and raid it and like arrest everybody. And
Bastards. That's probably the least fucking lethal place you could have been in Belfast.
do you know what I mean? Like, let's face facts.
They're not looking to. They only want to lift.
You were going to get bombed, not bombed.
Lift you
do you know
up
what I
for the
mean?
night,
It was
do you know
going to be
what I
all
mean?
right.
They're only looking to pick you up, not lift the shop.
The
up.
most bummed hotel in Europe.
Very good. Very good. Oh,
It was
bless.
lovely. It was lovely. But yeah, yes, lethal. So I was just saying, yes. So last week, a word we were going to use is tartle, and it's an Ulster Scots word that is that awkwardness you feel when you can't remember somebody's name.
Right.
If you're introducing somebody, so you're like, "How you doing?" This
I
is.
hate that.
So what I kind of try to do is I'll go like this here. "Okay, how you doing?" Same with Alan, my husband. I'll go.
This is my husband,
I'll go,
and
"Hi,
that's
this
his
is my
cue
hus-
to say,
this-
"What's your name?"
This is my husband, Alan, and then Alan will go, "Hi, what's your name?" Yes.
That's see if they leave you hanging. Can I just say I have had an incident that was both tartle and Lethologica all at once. I had this girl, Aisling, lovely girl, know her years.
Forgettable.
Brought her to my house so our kids could play
You've told me
together.
this
And
before.
Kurt came in and was like, hiya. And I was like, this is... And her name just completely left my head. Like, it was a Lethologica moment, but also the turtle was hanging clean out of me.
You fucking
And I was like,
I was turtling my fucking
is-
drawers.
This is... And that cunt left me hanging. Like, he didn't even go, she's waiting me up, what's your name? You know, I was like, I know you.
He
Like,
could have
I
gone
was
on there
like,
and went, hi,
I
I'm
was like,
Curtis.
I felt as though my plane had crashed, right?
Mhm.
And I was just, you know, this is hell.
This is it over now.
I
You've just
I know.
collapsed yourself on the
yeah,
ground.
just went. "Ugh." Why didn't I think of
Pretended
that?
you had a
No.
stroke.
Should have went all in.
Do you know, like that woman that was
Quick,
presenting
face,
the news?
face.
Do you know that American girl that was presenting the news, and then she let on she had it? Well, she said she had a stroke, but she went little very.
Oh no, what happened? She did. What happened to her was she had a migraine. And her
Aye.
migraine was so strong, it actually affected her language
But she was
processors.
telling everybody it was a stroke, and I was like, it was Lethologica.
It was Lethologica. She forgot what was going on.
Back to the call centre though. I
Yes.
phoned my ma from
I
the
phoned
call
my mum
centre.
from the call centre because I wasn't talking to customers. I was
This
phoning
fella
mates.
that worked with us, I don't know how the fuck he couldn't even talk, so I don't know what he was doing there. But that goes to show you the caliber of people that we were all working with. And he was actually a friend, but he was working there, and it was our first day going live on the phones, right? And you have a script in
awful.
front of you, and the script goes something like, "Hello, my name is Bronagh and I'm working for BT. I'm just calling you to give you a wee courtesy call, you know, and check. I've noticed that your usage just went down. Would you like to have a wee negotiation on blah 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 blah?" He went, "Hello, hiya, this is Hingy from Hingy. This is Hingy from Hingy, right? Oh fuck!
I love
well,
Hangy. I love Hangy stuff.
we died.
This
off.
is from Hangy.
But then it turned out he went to like the top of the board for selling, and it turned out he was slamming people. You know, where like you just put people on an option, like you're just giving people like you're going on our highest option, and then
Hang up.
they haven't agreed to it, and then hanging up. So that's what he was doing, and then he get fired for it. And that song was out at the time. Take a chance, you stupid hoe, and we were all out.
Oh,
And my boyfriend at the
oh.
time went, "Option 3 is where you'll go." And no joke, I've never seen a sassier
Stricadonia.
Stricadonia moment. He fucked his beer in the ground and went, "Fuck yous all." Never seen him
He
again.
fucked his beer on the floor
And walked out.
because you were drinking beer.
We were drinking in the pub and he was
Oh,
getting,
right.
slagged about.
I thought
slamming
you
people.
were. I thought he was sitting swigging a Budweiser while taking people's
That's
calls.
like he
That
was
would've been-
Stricadonian before he even Stricadoniaed.
Aye,
Aye,
he was.
yeah.
I was a pre-Stricadonia.
Yeah.
He was like, "God, I'm warming my way up to
Stricadonia.
fucking walking out of this place."
What's your most embarrassing? Have you ever had a really public Stricadonia moment? Or no, not
Lethologica
Stricadonia.
moment?
Lethologica.
Lethologica. It was a semi-Lethologica. What was it? Maybe like a faux
was like
the
Lethologica.
Mulligan Tower.
It was,
Lethologica.
it was a semi. See if
Yeah.
it was any fuller than that.
It would have been a full Lethologica.
So I called a girl, and I kind of. She was called. What was her? She was called Rebecca, but she was called Jessica, and I called her Rebecca for 3 years. So I went to university in Scotland.
That's her
It was
shape
a
bag move right
full-
there. She didn't have the balls.
She didn't have, but she was fuck her. She bought the same coat as my friend once, and it was like, bitch. It was. Does anybody remember?
Such a gay,
I was so annoyed at her.
stereotypical thing. Like
I was so annoyed at her.
So disappointed. in you,
Does
Jessica.
anybody remember there was
But I
this
love
coat
you
that
for
you
doing
could
that.
get from? We got it in. Well, I don't know. I can't remember what make it was. It was this pink.
Tell me
it was
what
a
year
pink
it was
coat,
and let me try and guess.
2000, 2001,
Right.
and it was a pink coat. It was a pink sort of
Was
long.
it like PVC?
No. It was pink, right? But it was more like a long blazer. Because you remember, like,
Yes.
do you know what I mean? It was a blazer that came down to your knees.
I know what you're
And
talking
it-
about.
and it was
the
like-
dusters.
And it was like iridescent-y.
Mm.
And it was pink, and there was a girl in Hollyoaks wore it as well. It's like once Danielle bought this coat, fucking Rebecca / Jessica, she had it, and then the fucking bitch on fucking Hollyoaks, then she had it as well. And Danielle was like, "Well, I can't wear this coat no more." No, but listen, Jessica / Rebecca was very lovely, but like because it's a university in Scotland, it's 4 years, unless you fucking leave. It's 4 years, and the what do you call it? Because like first year of Scottish university is basically catching up to our level of education.
Right.
Do you know, like we're a wee bit. No, just do you know what I mean? Like,
Isn't that why your woman that was baby reindeer was like so hard to understand when she was trying to explain like her degrees, and you were like, "So did you pass, or what did you get in your degree?" And she was like, "Well, yeah. And it was like, but
Well,
what?
I listen. I think this is it's not the point really. But so you do 4 years, and the first year we were doing like loads of stuff that we had done at A level. Do you know that way? Like it was
Yeah.
kind of it was a kind of
I would
equalising.
like that. An extra year in uni, just doing shit you already know. It's great.
I love 4 years, but for 3 of those 4 years, and it wasn't until like we were just really drunk, and I turned around and says to her, like, I've been calling you Rebecca, and she goes, "I know."
And her name is Jessica, but
my name's
Rebecca and
Jessica.
Jessica are the same sort of spectrum of names for me.
Yes,
you know
yes,
what I mean?
yes.
Like any Rebecca could be a Jessica, and any Jessica could be a Rebecca.
I work with a girl called Sharon, right? And my brain, like currently, if you're watching this, Sharon, my brain just took all the letters in the name Sharon, give them a wee scoosh, like in a like a wee Scrabble bag, threw them down onto the floor, and created the name Norma.
Norma?
So I was calling her Norma for 6 weeks.
Oh, you just called her Norma.
I just called her Norma. No, I
She
just
look
me.
like a Norma.
No, but my brain just was like, this is what she called. She obviously introduced herself as Sharon, but my brain went Norma.
I do that.
So I was calling her Norma, and then one day I was like,
But
you know,
yeah,
I was
Norma
like,
has
go-
some of
go-
those letters.
go, do you know what I mean? The letters from
It's because
Sharon
I know
are
you
in
put
Norma.
people's name over their head whenever
That's-
she's went Sharon and your wee brains went
It had a wee,
Norma.
it
You
had
had
a
a wee
wee
mirror moment.
Had a wee glitch.
Yeah.
It glitched in the system. So she was Norma, and then there was one. So we
I
were
think
in
there's a
work.
word for that. It's called dyslexia, but I mean,
Or just called
Carry on.
fucking listen.
yeah.
Fucking listen when people are saying it, David.
Somebody
Somebody hit the
Just
lights.
eat
I was going to say, somebody hit the
three
lights.
different kinds of
So we
tism
can
in
rock it
this room.
day, so we can rock
Okay.
it day and night.
Somebody sent us an inquiry last week, and they misspelt their name at the start of the inquiry. So then I says, "Oh, here, give me a call, and then I can talk you through some of like the services that we give and blah blah." And their name was
Shameless plug.
their name was SELJNA, right?
Say it again.
SELJNA.
SEL.
Seljna.
Right, so I assumed it was like,
From a
Well, you
different country,
say-
another
I've-
country.
You say it. Go. What did you?
I
say?
thought it was like South Asian.
Yeah, that
Yes.
makes sense. Seljna. Yeah.
So
Seljana.
I looked up
Seljana.
on Google. I was like, how would I pronounce this name, right? And it was saying like,
You're pure googling.
Selna.
What?
Google says this name would be pronounced Selna.
Right, Selna.
So I was going, okay. So I answered the phone and I was going, Selna, how's it going? I was going, sorry, I knew like when you replied to my text, like I was like, why does he spell my name like that? And I realized I misspelled my own name. I'm Selena. And I was like,
Right, so Selena, it's her fault. It wasn't you.
Selena.
So it
It's not
wasn't
the
that bad.
Selena.
That was sleek.
But
Selena Slick. Slick Selena.
but I did have
Seljana.
one of these moments as well in my Irish oral. I forgot how to suck a dick.
Did you leave it on?
No, like
I went to give him a blowjob and I actually blowed.
You want to see him? He looks like a bullfrog.
You should see his balls.
Yeah, rabbit.
I was sitting talking about like going through the emotions of like the talk, and like it was Gaelic GCSE, so like it was pissy.
What is your mom?
You know
What do you do? How many brothers and sisters do you have? Where do
Yeah.
you live?
Apparently, I go
Ballocks.
skiing every summer. I mean, come on.
But then,
Fuck. It's just easier to say that.
It is just like.
But no way
you
you're
can't
meant
prove
to
I
like
don't.
go like make yourself
Je
a wee
suis à la
script.
patinoire.
Patinoire.
Never been ice skiing.
No, no,
J'aime-
you're
j'aime
meant to
du-
make yourself like a wee script,
Aye.
you know, and you just sort of stick to that.
Mm.
But because I was like, you know, I was like, well, I speak Irish, you know, I don't have
You were
to.
being
chat.
cocky.
You
I
are.
just, I just went, actually, I'll just have a yarn with him.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went in and I just literally just talked freestyle to him. Just like, he was like, well, what do you do?
He's been off script.
I was like, oh, no, I like playing music and blah, blah. And he says, oh, right, and where do you do the music? And I says, we'll go to like a practice room and we'll meet up like once or twice a week. And he's like, right, and where do the practice rooms be? I haven't heard of anything like that. I went, oh, it's on, and for some reason, the name of the Springfield Road in Irish wouldn't come into my head.
Bother Springfield.
Like,
I don't know.
Boher,
That's what I was going to say.
right?
Bohern
Like,
of Springfield.
Bohern
like,
is Springfield.
that's irrelevant because in an oral exam, like, it, you know, it doesn't matter.
You
You,
just made it up.
You could
you
have just
just
said
make it
near here,
yeah.
Sprinky.
And,
but you were
or-
being so specific in your head.
but it was just because I had that moment of like, why can I not think of that name?
Yeah.
I was like, Why can I not think of the name of that place? And you can say, like, if it's a place name or something.
Instead of just lying, you were like, no, I need to be accurate here because they're going to
Yeah.
check.
Or you
the
could
map.
have.
You could
They're
say
going to ask my dad where I
because
did
you say
Because you had-
Springfield. You could say that, but if you don't know like a specific place,
Yeah.
And also
You know
because
what I
you're
mean?
fluent in Irish, you could have said, "Do you know what it is? I can't remember the name of the road."
Yeah,
Yes.
right enough. And that still would have been like a doubly pass.
That would have
'cause
been an
you're like,
amazing answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or because you're Irish, you could have went, what the fuck do you want to know for? You nosy bastard.
What do you know about it? Huh?
Say nothing.
What do you know about it?
Current toss a wide row codge a cash now. You ask too many questions.
I love it. Fucking
No,
gig.
so I just froze and I was like, and sat for like 30 seconds and couldn't get it out. Everything, and then I
Are
got
we talking
marked
about on the
down.
toilet?
Oh, you marked down.
No, be
What did your mommy think when you got marked down to GCSE Irish? Was she not reaching out to you?
She didn't really care. Now, so you do Irish GCSE and you do Gaelic GCSE.
What's
so
the
like
difference?
it's basically like the difference between
The
English
medium.
language and English lit.
Oh, I see.
know what I
So
mean?
one's like the actual practicality of writing the language and
Yes.
understanding
One's like-
like verbs and
And then the other one is like, reading books, watching short films, stuff like that.
yeah,
So,
the artistic side of it.
so like that
Actual
was Gaelic.
living,
So I got an A star in Irish, but then I got like a B in Gaelic, and it was
Aw.
like I was like my mummy didn't care, but it was
That's
like,
brilliant. But
all the
I love
ones, all the ones in class were like, gee, you got a B.
actually, you wouldn't have no. You went to St Mary's because any other school, a normal fucking secondary school, would have been like, you got to be you wee fucking fruit.
Yeah. But it was
You
like,
went to school. You must be gay.
Yeah.
but
You read a book. You must be a fucking.
But
fruit.
it's like if you went to like, pass your 11 plus like English paper,
Aye.
you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and you got like a C or something. That's what that would be like,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I know people that got D's in their 11 plus. So.
No, but I mean now
Didn't for
as a
long,
fully
because I
grown
went to
adult.
a better school.
Ah,
after
yes.
them.
If you in your fluency of the language.
In your fluency
Yes,
of
I
English
see what you
now,
mean.
if you went back and tried to do an 11 plus paper,
So
Yeah.
GCSE Irish is
just a
like
bit passive.
GCSE French. GCSE it's a modern language.
yes,
Whereas GCSE Gaeilge is English, but like Irish. So you're
Yes.
you're looking at poems and you're looking at books and you're looking at
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
grammatical structures.
I got an A in my English, but then I got an A star in my English language.
We are not able to get an A star in English language, apparently.
Well, I did
Um,
because it was a weird one. Because like, how did I get an A star in my
in
English
our
language?
talking and listening, in the talking aspect, ours only goes up to an A because of our dialect. I don't know, it's probably changed now, but in the talking and listening, whenever I was doing it,
Right.
I remember because there's a girl that went to our school, lovely girl, but she always got straight A's and A stars. Like her GCSE, she went, I got 9 A stars and 1 A, and I'm raging about the A. And I was like, fuck off, girl, that's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
I want to swap. But it's because in the talking and listening aspect of the English language exam, because of our dialect being the way it is, apparently we can't do A stars.
That
we
sounds
must-
like Republican propaganda.
It does because we
It
got
does.
because
It's quite a
because I remember thinking to myself, how did I get an A in English literature, but an A star in English language?
Because you're good with languages.
Like
Yeah.
got an A star in my French, A star in my German.
Yeah. All right. Fuck off, you say bragging bastard, sponge. Never mind. That when you ever forget a word. Lethologica.
Lethologica.
Lethologica. Yeah.
But yes. So do you want? So today's we're doing.
Well, we do our
Swear
down.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. So we were looking at swear words in other languages and maybe languages that we don't necessarily speak. And I think this because a language that I always think feels really expressive whenever you watch the movies is Japanese. And I was like, what's the worst thing that you can say in Japanese? And we were looking up how do you say fuck off and how do you say this? But people how different languages and different cultures have different ways of swearing. So we're very much we're very much around your your legitimacy. You're a fucking bastard.
Yeah.
Sex, fuck off.
Yeah.
Other languages
Or
have,
hating the females. You can't.
you can't.
Yeah.
You see cunt now. I like the way cunt has been reappropriated a wee
Yeah.
bit to mean.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
It's
And
been
bitch.
bitch has been
Like, oh, she's a bad
reappropriated.
bitch.
She's a bad bitch, and that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. It's a good
Just, but there is misogyny, sex, and like the legit your parentage
Yeah.
is all very much.
Bastardo.
Whereas then if you're Spanish, if you say cabron, that's not bastard as in like your parents. That's cabron is cuckold. Mm-hmm. So cabron means he's got the horns on his head. He's a
sounds quite
cabron.
bullish, doesn't it?
Cabron is like goat person. Kind of cabra is a goat. But like so you've got like the did you like it means a cabron? It means he's put out the horns, like he's been cheated on. He's a cuckold,
like he's
which
a
is like
cuckold.
another thing. Do you know what I mean? That's like a a
You know
thing
the way
on your.
if you're men who are into cuckolding, there's usually a bull.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll
A bull and a cuck.
a bull and a cock. Yeah.
But it's like very much about your masculinity.
you can
but
totally tell when
apparently,
I'm searching on Pornhub. He's slinging.
Getting bowled all over the place.
Joking,
Bowled
not
over. But like apparently then Japanese seems to me like a wee bit like Irish swearing in a way where it's a bit like it's just like say a horrible thing. And apparently, and
Give us it in your best
and I've
accent
written,
too.
Shine!
Shine.
And I've written it, tried to read it in the
I won't forget this
hiragana.
because in Irish, like whenever we say shine, it's like that's it.
That's it.
Life. That's it.
That's it.
Like shine and seal, you can say like that's this life,
That's
isn't
a
it?
knife.
That's like it's just like say la vie
C'est la
in
vie.
Irish.
But
But you
it's
say shine,
more
that's
commonly
it.
you hear it like, you know, when kids are messing about and like the ma or dad comes in and goes, right, shinny!
I do it when I
Like,
give up.
like-
It's like fuck up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like shine. Or
That's
but
it.
then you get gotcha in Shaw.
Yeah.
Remember, you know, like whenever you're calling your kids, I think that's quite guttural. Like even though I'm not an Irish speaker, wee words that like I'll use, like our Barry would understand that whenever he was younger, like calling him, you'd be like, gotcha, and he would like run over to you. And I was like, oh, my child's
In
multilingual.
Spanish they would say basta ya.
Basta
Basta ya.
Vámonos.
Basta ya.
But like I would
Basta
say
means like, that's
shine.
enough.
Maybe I use it wrongly then because sometimes I say shine whenever like something shit has happened and I'm just like
That's it.
shine. Do you know what I mean?
It is what it is.
Like that's it. Like
It is what it is.
Shine. Or somebody's complaining about
It is
something
what
and
it is. It's not like
shine.
the most pointless. It's not the most pointless saying in English. Like it is what it is. Of course it fucking is. What else is it?
But I quite like that because it's just like
What else can we do?
Is your Irish language learning journey on phrases that could be used for all different types of scenarios?
Yes.
Like Magalore.
Magalore. Yeah. Like see, I have this thing. We actually get a lot of joy out of my limited Irish in terms of just
Have you got quite a lot of Irish?
Yeah.
she went to the Bunskull.
did you go to
and then
Bunskull
the
as well?
Manskull, and then St Dominic's because she realised the Manskull was shite. But like, see, only joking, yeah. Up on manners, no manners. And he's like, it's not the Manskull anymore. My nephew goes there. It is a great wee school.
College to first year.
College to
What is
first
it?
year.
Munskull?
Manskull.
And what does that mean?
Medium
Something-
school?
Medium school.
Yeah, it was more of a-
like Ohio school. That's Ohio.
Ohio. So Skibbity, Ohio.
Skibbity toilet.
Shinna. Shinna also sounds like
Somebody's
a New
really-
Yorker like shouting at a shinner.
Shinner. He's a shinner.
Shinna.
Coming over here. So shinner.
Shinners.
Shinner. It means die.
Right.
So apparently, like that's the worst. So I was looking up different
I
things.
kind of get that. Like,
Is that the
it's like
icon?
fuck
Is that the
off and
symbol for
die.
it on top?
This is the hiragana. So this would be that's why we know it's got two syllables because this is the Japanese has different ways of writing words and this is the syllables. So this is shine.
Write it in Japanese.
That's it there.
Let me see. Did you do it? You think of everything.
I think of everything.
Doherty-Jebb.
It's a die, extremely rude. One of the rudest things can get you into serious trouble if used seriously. Example, Konokusu yaru shine! You bastard, die!
I love it. Whip your katana out now. Show me it.
Not on camera.
If you whip it out, you have to use it. Do you know what?
Here's a tip, and if you'll take a tip, you'll take the rest.
What's your favourite like way to diss somebody as Gaelic?
Yeah, because I remember a girl because we would have we were on it was called non-denominational, but we didn't have Irish as an option.
Of course you didn't.
We didn't. But I
Like, we'll not be having any ad fucking shit right here.
Who's talking that? But like we don't go to holidays and do fucking Donegal.
Do you know actually who's always talking shit about the Irish language?
Who?
He writes into the Irish News all the time. I did an article on him. Jack Shinnet! This guy, he does Protestants against the Gaelic language.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
He's a fucking random.
So we did, but we had I remember having this it was like a 6-week cultural course about Irish.
Fuck. I had
know-
to learn about it like it was a country that
Look
I
at the wee
hadn't
thing.
been to.
But this guy, I know.
You know what I mean? I love it.
But we hadn't because
You might encounter some tigs.
Because I am from Northern Ireland. I don't care what anybody says.
You
I'm
might
not saying it from a
cause
sectarian
offence.
point of view, but I did my culture. If people say to me, where are you from? I say, I'm Northern Irish. Because I don't feel like but I didn't grow up in London, so I'm not British, I'm not English. I didn't grow up in Dublin. I don't have, like, RTE wasn't around me.
Yeah.
I grew up in Northern Ireland. My experience of growing up, and people sort of go, what do you mean? But like, no, but my experience of growing up, my experience of my culture is specifically from these 6 counties.
Would you not say the north of Ireland, though?
Too many. Why do you have to make
I'm
it
on-
different? Why do you have to make it difficult?
Because Northern Ireland is...
Fuck
I
a
don't
whole
know.
lot of you, all
It
these
really,
ones.
It really
Actually,
kind of...
it's London, Northern Ireland.
It's London, Northern
You
Ireland.
get your bollocks knocked then, right? There's other fucking people out
you
there
know
that
what?
report...
Does that make
this
sense?
podcast.
It's not from a kind of like loyalist Protestant point of view.
I get
It's
that.
more from a kind of like when I was growing up, like the things that was on TV was UTV, fucking really violent DVLA adverts. You know, like where can you go? You know, things
You
that
forgot the battery, Mama.
you doctor. You used to remember the one that was like, stop going to the
can
doctors for prescriptions you don't need. Doctor, I need a prescription. And there was a wee, and every time he went, doctor, I need a prescription. And more, it was a wee cartoon, and more like wee bottles of like prescription were on his, like,
Sounds great.
and
Is
then he
that
would,
what,
and
is
he
that
would
what that is?
Doctor,
He
I
ruined
need a
that
prescription.
for us.
I need a
Nah, I can't
prescription.
even get a fucking paracetamol.
Doctor, I need a prescription. And if you and the whole thing was like, if you give back what you
Why
don't
do you-
use.
Is it? Right, can I just ask this openly now? Now that I've had a little thought on it, do you think the reason why we have such highly traumatic public service announcements is because we're all so desensitized
Yeah.
to like violent things because of the war here that they're like, you can't just tell them not to drink and drive. You need to show a drunk driver running over 30 school children.
You just see a, you just see, you
Is
need
that-
to see
is
a,
that- do you
need
think
to see
that's
a,
why?
you need to see a girl in a wheelchair crying over her brother or like her boyfriend's crushed corpse.
Yeah, you
Do
can't
know what
just
I mean?
you
Yeah,
can't just tell them not to use fireworks. You have to get someone in with a mangled hand to go. You end up like me, so you
Because
will.
but even the ones now,
I knew if I'd have just put my seatbelt on, I wouldn't have ended up in this wheelchair. Hey, do you remember her?
Well, like even now there's so much like there's so
Hope
much
you're
softer.
okay,
Like if you're my age, you will be completely traumatized by a Fanta bottle rolling down a hill.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Because the one that I saw was like, it was like, I'm a shooting star riding through the sky like a
dragon.
tiger. And then it would like, boom, bang, crash. And then there's like, it must have been love, but it's over now.
No. Do you know
And then
what
there was
there
like a
was as
Fanta
well?
bottle, the old Fanta bottle
Yes.
where it was still white. And it was rolling down the hill because of the shop and it all come out the fucking back of the car.
You know
Do
what
I
there
mean?
was though in
Trauma.
that was the woman and her daughter putting the flowers on the grave as well, and they were like, and it said "Daddy" on the plastic. The all the rain hit.
I only sent them out for a few messages.
You don't bring me flowers.
And she went like this.
Because
and
there's
then-
nowhere I'd rather be.
And then she went like, I ain't gonna miss Daddy. And she takes out a wee can of Fanta.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go.
It had that really good, like, body to
Body.
Body
Oh,
to
yes,
Samantha
body.
Mumba one.
And,
I can't listen to Samantha Mumba now.
And the
Slow motion.
And the Troubles
Hitting each other.
adverts. Troubles advert. Cats
3
in
dead in the
cradle
back.
and
They said it's the
silver
one
spoon.
without the
Little boy blue
Here,
in the man.
my Barry was in one of those advertisements.
A Troubles one?
Yeah, it was like the modern day version of that. Our Barry was the kid.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I'm not sure he is. He was the wee kid that like, oh fuck, it's tiny.
I wish my daddy wasn't in the ran. He would take me to football.
He was gonna. I actually
that
must
basically
find that
was the
because it
advert?
is like the daddy goes out and he's like, I've a wee job to do here, son. And then he's like, where are you going, daddy? And then our Barry's standing by the side of the grave in the graveyard, like looking up. He actually looked at the sun to make his eyes all watery, and he was like,
Method.
Daddy, yeah, he went method. He
No
went
tear,
full method.
no tear stick for your child.
Yeah, my tears fall. But there was that, and then see that Samantha Mumba body to body one. That was the 3 dead in this car. Say the one without the seatbelt did all the damage.
It's his fault.
And it's like, no, the one that was like,
It's terrible.
I'm
We're
not an
laughing.
actor. I'm a doctor.
Yes, I'm not an actor.
Oh,
I'm a wanker.
Do you remember the one? It was like the
If
two
you
women.
put your seatbelt under your arm, I have seen it cut people in half like cheese wire. Do
You'll
you remember
get
him?
your tit cut off.
Yeah.
Do you not remember the one? It was the two women, and they were from the two different sides. So that they were like, one was obviously like this type of like, you know, paramilitary, and was this for paramilitary, and it was lady, and they were both the two husbands were being like
Is
buried.
this your
at the
version
same-
of it in your head?
This is real.
Sounds very gay.
This is
I
very
love it.
lady. And it was the two of them, and they were both burying their husbands. And so the two of them are walking past each other, and they're like,
I know.
You're
Who's back?
Catholic,
do you remember-
I'm Protestants, and here we are, both single!
Do you remember the one? And it was like, remember the wee cartoon?
Chucky R. Limavati girl.
Get it, bitches! I smell dead.
Remember the wee like 1 minute cartoons that it was like boys and girls come out to play together in the park today.
Yes.
And it was like, how's it going? My name is John Joe, and the other kids won't play with me in the park because I'm a traveller. And it's
That's
like, my mummy says I shouldn't play with you because you're a gypsy.
I remember that. Then it was like, Mama, it turns out gypsies are okay after all. Do you remember?
Like I like plain like
Yeah.
did have the videos.
They were really like, we need to talk to them like they're little children
Yeah.
who don't speak English.
And it was like the wee kid had like a wee patch in his eye and wore a Celtic top. Like
My
everybody
daddy says
everybody had a
yous
kid
are
with a
all
patch in their
fucking
eye, didn't
criminals.
they? In their class. Everybody had a child with a patch. Big glass.
I
big,
do
thick
a bit
glasses
about
and a
that
patch
because you
eye.
don't see them anymore. I always
don't.
wanted a patch on my eye.
what was
I
that
wanted
about?
the attention.
The wee
It was to
lazy
try and
eye.
collect. So what you would do
Did
is
you get better DLA?
You would get the patch over the eye that was good, so that the weak eye could strengthen itself. I think that was the logic.
Poor wee
behind it.
motherfucker kept walking into fucking traffic and into doors and shit like that.
That's why you don't see those kids. They get killed off quite early in the fucking movie.
Because they're trying to live life through a fucking bad eye.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Look at the sky. I've seen nothing but my nose since fucking the day I was born.
What?
You know what I mean?
What do
I want to get my nose pierced, Mummy. Why? So I have something nice to look at.
There was something
The wee fella in our school was like, so he had big thick glasses, he had a patch on his eye, and he was a little person.
Oh, fuck.
And he was also, but and he
you
was
call him lucky.
some dunce kid, but he was also a wee shithead. Do you know that way? He was also a wee dick.
I was asking.
It was also, do you know that way? Like you
well,
sort
he
of go.
probably was because of the bullying and all.
No, but do you know that way? It was
He had every right.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't.
If anyone's allowed to be a dick, it's we fucking lucky.
I didn't fucking poke him in the eye. Do you know what I mean? Like it wasn't my fault.
Do you know that I was asking my ma. My mother has this real way about her where she just fucking cuts you to the quick.
Doesn't
Do you know what I
care.
mean? You know, you've met wee Monica. She's a fucking
But no, your
legend.
mummy was on like good behaviour because we were all like performing and we'd all been having a wee drink and everything was all the good crack.
But like we talk to each other. Like, see the way I speak to my children. I started to think recently, should I pretend to be a different person to them? Like,
No.
maybe I shouldn't be myself with them, right? Because I'll level with them and I'll go down and I'll go, listen, see the way you're acting right now? It's really making me not like you.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
But
I
then
think
I
that's
go,
good.
you know the way there's people that talk to their kids like they're in their class? Like they'll be like, right, okay,
Mummy's
now.
really sad.
Yeah, and I think, should I do that? Because my ma was levelled with us. Like, for example, I remember asking her about my uncle's mate, right? And I says, do you know me Uncle Marty's mate? And she was like, yeah, I'll give him a name. I'll not say his real name. Stevie, right? And she went, yeah. And I went, is he bald? And she was like, he might be going a wee bit bald. And I was like, right. It's like, why does he get like, you know, his skin? Like, why does he? And he has a skin condition. And I was like, does he have like a funny foot? Does he walk with like, and she went, what, like a club foot? And I went, no. And I went, does he? And she went, for fuck's sake, Bronagh, you're going to give him a hump in his back.
Has he got a squinty eye?
And
a big ugly nose and bad breath?
Eye. And she was like,
And a
you're
heart
going to give him
condition?
a fucking hump in his back.
Is he fucking ugly?
I was just like,
Is he a wee bit ugly, Mummy?
dear. Is he? Oh, do you know, kids, see if a kid says you're ugly, you're fucking ugly. Like, that's just the way
It
it
is.
is.
Did you, who was saying how it was an American comedian and she was talking about her husband had taken like her wee boy out and they were in like Target or something and he'd put the glasses on and he goes, do these make me look cool? And the wee boy was like, yeah, they make you look nice, but if you got your teeth fixed it would make you look better.
Like My hair. Whatever takes the focus off your face.
This kid, fucking Mae West.
This kid, a 6-year-old boy who was in a big fur coat.
Yeah, right enough. This kid is extraordinary. Like, was this kid you?
It was me. It's not the men in my life, but the life in my
your
men.
men. Yeah,
Come up
absolutely.
and fuck me in the ass sometime.
David gave me a memoir involunteer with something he said, but we'll maybe save it for the Patreon.
Yes, we shall save it for the Patreon. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We have loved being together, and we hope that you've enjoyed. La la la! And if you tell your wee granny was asking about her, and if she's dead, you can go to the medium and ask tell her to tell her.
Or even the extra large.
Yeah, medium extra large. Yeah. Haven't been a medium in years.
Haven't been a medium in years.
Thank you so much.